Hello and welcome to another video with me, Winner and Trades, with another video of Weekly Andrew, in which, last week there wasn't really much of a video, just kind of mentioning that maintenance going on, so I kind of didn't really want to do the video and everything, but as you can kind of see here, it's still not done, considering no trimming on the door there and outlets, but yeah. This whole thing's kind of been a bit of a mess, and it's primarily due to leaks from upstairs that took forever to actually have someone fix, which meant that there was tons of mold in the bathroom and kitchen and in my closets there. So yeah, all the walls have basically been replaced, and yeah, the whole situation here is kind of not that great, considering this whole thing is not. We're probably supposed to not actually really be here while this work's being done. But yeah, horrible management, I'd guess. Should have actually sent someone here to see how long it'll take to get the job done. See that's going to take a while. Have us move to a different apartment. Then start working on it. Instead of having someone just send someone here and start working immediately while we're still here. Yeah, considering this has been over a week now and still not done. Eh, still not even carpet in my room right now. So all my stuff is still sitting out next to my bed I had in my closet. But yeah, I guess I'll kind of just get to work here, considering there's actually a wall there, so I don't mind recording that much. So, yeah, I guess I'll just get straight to talking about anime now, which, due to the fact that I didn't talk about anything last week, I have two anime for this week, I guess. So, yeah, starting off with Utaware Rumono, which I was going to be talking about last week, but didn't. So, yeah, this season is the Mask of Truth, and the previous one is the False Mask. But in all honesty, this season kind of seems more like the Mask of Lies than the Mask of Truth, to be honest, considering everything going on is kind of revolving around lies, for the most part, to be honest. Though, one thing for sure is that it is really nice to see that Kuon actually figured out that Haku has taken Ustra's place now. That is honestly very nice to see, considering one person has at least been able to see through that fucking disguise, despite how obvious it is, be honest. Yeah, despite, no, it's not actually really that obvious, considering they look very similar in the first place, but still. Eh. I think it's possible that Haku has also figured out that Kuon is Tuskuru's princess. Though I'm not exactly sure on that. Most likely not. But it's possible, I think. May figure out that soon, maybe. I'm not sure if he does. Sometimes I know that already, but yeah. I still don't really remember a lot of the characters and everything, and I probably won't remember them at all through this entire thing. But yeah, it's kind of entertaining, kind of, so far. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't have anything else to mention for Utaware Rumono. So moving on to the other anime I had to talk about here, which is Luminous Witches, in which we have gotten to see Sanya's parents, which was quite a bit of a surprise. And also, Sanya's father there, who looks quite old. The voice didn't really match, but the voice made a lot of sense after he got actually shaved and got a haircut, considering he's actually much younger than what he looked like at the beginning. I think, at least. So yeah, massive difference there before and after for Sanya's father. But, yeah. And also, we kind of got a little scene there showing Sanya, Elia, and Yoshika, in which, going by that scene and everything going on here, with it being Sanya's birthday, this is happening at the same time as the episode 6 in the first season of Strike Witches, which is nice to know, to be honest. Which I think might actually be the first time we've actually had something kind of crossing over like this in the whole World Witches series, where you can actually say that this is happening at this time in the other series. So, yeah, that's honestly quite nice. And also another thing here is due to the fact that we had a recap episode last week, which I haven't actually seen. Um, this episode ended up airing closer to Sanya's birthday than what it would have been if we didn't have the recap, considering Sanya's birthday was 3 days before the episode aired, I think. So, yeah, that actually worked out quite well, I think. Hey, maybe it was even intentional, I'm not sure. And also other things going on there is the Neroi that was being fought in this episode, I think was the exact same type of Neroi that Sanya and the others had to fight. Which kinda makes it seem like the Neroi were intentionally trying to stop Sanya from hearing her father play the piano. Which is weird. Probably nothing going on there, to be honest, and it's just there for plot, I guess, kind of, I'm not sure. But still, a bit suspicious. But that's basically all the thing I think out there. The only other thing here doesn't really have anything to do with any of that, which is Jeannie and her trying to figure out where Mafia is from. Yeah, I think I kind of know where Mafia is from. Space, considering that's where Mafia came from. Fell out of the sky. Kinda makes sense, and from what we saw in this episode, her powers there got stronger the closer higher up in the sky she got. It makes sense if Mafia was from space. But yeah, nothing else to talk about when it comes to Luminous Witches, so that's his anime then for this week, I guess. So moving on to Lucky Paradox. With the H game here, considering I finally started getting back into playing these darn games after probably over half a year of not touching them at all, I guess. Yeah, it's been quite a while. To the point where this game has actually gotten 3 updates since I last played it, which was the beginning of the year. In which those 3 updates being the Christmas update, the rework, and then also the one that we just got recently. In which the Christmas update I didn't really want to play at all, considering I want to get to that stuff naturally, considering currently in the game you can get to October just by playing through the game and everything, but there weren't enough events to get to the point where you get to December, so it's just kind of jumps you forward to December once you get to that point, basically. And I didn't want to jump forwards like that to December, so I kind of didn't want to do the Christmas events that were there, but I had no choice considering it just automatically jumped me forward to December without me having any kind of say in it. And I also had to go through all those Christmas events so I could actually get to some of the stuff that was added in this update. Events for Yui and Brim, considering those were locked behind the Christmas events for some reason. Yeah, that was honestly very annoying. And also, I'm still in December and it hasn't sent me back to October or anything, which is also a bit annoying considering now I apparently just jumped forward an entire month and a half, considering I'm pretty sure I was in the middle of October when I left off last time. But, yeah. For the most part, when it comes to this updates, though, it was mostly just world building, to be honest. Kind of having some meta stuff with fourth world, fourth wall breaks, kind of. One of those things basically being about the character you're playing as and his glow being made up of Lucky, you, the player, and then one other person I'm not going to mention because of spoilers. But yeah, overall, when it comes to this whole world building and everything, it's kind of making it feel like this is a calm before the storm, really. Especially considering this some of the stuff in this up now that in this update kind of are showing things that's going to be happening soon, which kind of really adds on to the whole feeling of this being the calm before the storm, kind of considering a lot of things are going to be happening soon, I feel like. And also, Maxie may or not be pregnant, but we really don't know considering it's Maxie. And you really don't know anything about Maxie, to be honest, considering it's kind of all over the place, to be honest. But yeah, that's apparently maybe a thing, I guess. Which would make sense if it is. But I think this is like the second time I've actually talked about Lucky Paradox at all in these videos. So yeah. One complaint I kind of have when it comes to this whole game is the fact that all the each of the stories for each character is kind of independent of each other and has no crossovers really. Considering it's like you get some information in one character story, but that information is never brought up despite being relevant in another character's story. Considering you got stuff like about how things work when it comes to this world and everything, you learn one thing over here on one character story, and when it's something similar is brought up on another character story, that whole information that you already got is never actually brought up. And I have a feeling that's never going to happen, considering how things have been so far, which is kind of annoying. Yeah. I seriously wish there's kind of stuff there. It's like you get to a certain point, you need to have all these events done before you can continue on, or something like that. Or just like you need to have these events done for these characters before you can do this event for this character. Something like that. Not just complete halt on everything, I guess. But yeah, I don't actually have anything else to talk about Lucky Paradox. I also played some other games last week, but I'm not really going to mention them. The main one kind of being Neko Paradise, but yeah, that thing never really actually has any content added to it, considering how rarely it gets updated and how little content is actually added in each update, mainly due to the fact that developers were working on another game. It doesn't get to have that much time to focus on its own. So, yeah. I think the next thing I probably will be trying to get through is Monster Girl Dreams, I think. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to go about uh, doing that in a video here, considering there's not really anything to take screenshots of and everything. Considering there's no art really in it, and it's pure basic visual novel, just background image and the characters. And there's not that much of a variety in backgrounds and everything, or just character sprites either. And I honestly hope that's something that's addressed in the future when it comes to that game, and more background art is added to it and more character sprites for the characters and everything. But if I had to take a guess, that's probably something that's going to be done later once the game is more finished. Which I'm thinking maybe the game is a third or maybe closer to a half of the way done currently. That's what I have to take a guess considering what's currently done and some kind of idea of how much there will be. So I'm taking a guess it's probably a third or maybe closer to halfway done currently. But yeah, I don't exactly have all that much else to talk about here. Ni no Kuni still haven't continued that, considering you still haven't done any streams in over a month now. And I kinda don't want to do any more streams until all this crap here is done. And I can get that stuff situated and have all my stuff moved back into my closet and can actually move the shelf back against the wall and everything. Yeah. Can't wait until all of that crap is done. At that point, I'll probably continue doing some more streams, especially considering I'm kind of at the point in Ni no Kuni where I can continue playing again, considering I'm level 79 now, and I should be able to easily finish the glittering grotto now and move on to the burning desert and get decent way through it, I guess. Considering I have started getting daily missions to go to the burning deserts now, because of how high level I am. But yeah, it's taken me a month to get to that point. Which means there's probably going to be a few more months at least until I can actually finish the fucking game. Because it just takes that fucking long to level up and everything. And it's honestly very annoying. But yeah, hopefully I can actually get around to doing more streams soon once all this stuff is done. I also need to play other games, I guess. Figure out other stuff to do. But yeah, I guess that there's the end of this video now, since I really have nothing else to talk about here. So yeah, that there is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.